What if beauty isn't something we put on for others, but how we live for ourselves? This is the question that comes to mind as you step into a small Italian home, where every detail breathes a unique philosophy of life. The morning light filters through the half-closed shutters of a Tuscan cottage. Signora Carla is never in a hurry. At 70 years old, she savors every moment of the morning, watching the sunbeams gently land on the table, listening as coffee bubbles up in a well-loved stovetop espresso maker, feeling a silk scarf glide across her shoulders. She lives alone, with a view of the hills. She could have her breakfast in a bathrobe. No one would see. But why deny herself that little joy? On her kitchen table sits a mug with a barely there crack, a memento from a trip to Amalfi 30 years ago. The linen tablecloth with its faded stripes was a gift from her mother. A bouquet of wildflowers in an old wine bottle is a present she gave herself after yesterday's walk through the garden. Carla isn't performing for an audience. She simply knows a secret that life has taught her. Beauty begins at home, when you are alone with yourself. It is in this quiet, daily rhythm that the true La Bella Figura lives, an Italian concept that goes much deeper than just wanting to look good. It's a philosophy born in medieval towns, where houses were built so close together that neighbors knew everything about each other. Making a good impression was once a matter of survival, but over time it became an art. The art of living beautifully not for others, but for life itself. La Bella Figura isn't about expensive outfits or chasing youth. It's a way of living each day with self-respect. An Italian woman won't pop down to the bakery in a stretched-out t-shirt, not out of fear of judgment, but because she values her day. A beautiful blouse changes your mood. Elegant shoes make your steps more confident. It's that simple. In Italian families, mothers and grandmothers pass down not only sauce recipes, but also the ability to see beauty in the ordinary. From childhood, girls learn that beauty isn't a mask for special occasions, but a state of being. The older women lead by example. They remain elegant at 70 and 80 because age doesn't cancel the right to beauty. It makes it more refined and intentional. An Italian home becomes a stage for a personal story. It's not about the number of spectators, but the feeling of harmony when a space reflects the best of its owner's soul. Take Signora Francesca's home in Rome's Trastevere district. An antique dresser, a simple sofa, herbs on the windowsill next to photos of her grandchildren. Nothing flashy, but everything has its place, like notes in a melody. In Italian culture, the home is an extension of the soul. Every room holds a history, every object a memory, every corner the owner's character. There's no chasing the perfection of glossy magazines, but rather creating an atmosphere where it feels good to live every single day. The first thing you notice is the light. Italian women work with it like artists with paint. In the morning, windows are thrown wide open, flooding the rooms with gold. In the afternoon, shutters are drawn, creating a soft twilight, perfect for the afternoon siesta. In the evening, dozens of light sources flicker on. Table lamps, candles, string lights. Every corner glows with its own light. Fabrics in an Italian home seem to have a life of their own. No one is afraid to mix textures. A linen tablecloth next to velvet pillows, silk curtains paired with a hand-knitted throw. The main thing is that it all creates warmth and comfort. A home should feel like an embrace, not a display of wealth. The scents here are a symphony all their own. The morning smells of coffee, the afternoon of herbs from the windowsill, lavender from dried sachets and fresh flowers from the garden. There's no room for artificial air fresheners here, only living aromas that fill the home with breath. Books in an Italian home don't just gather dust on shelves. They are read, reread, and discussed. In the kitchen, a cookbook lies open, stained and bookmarked. In the bedroom, a volume of poetry for reading before sleep. In the living room, art books with prints from favorite painters are paged through like visiting old friends. The colors of the home never shout, but they delight the eye. Terracotta dishes, the golden yellow of wheat fields, the blue of a sea breeze, the green of olive groves. These tones don't tire the eyes. They connect the home to the natural world. But the house is just the beginning. At-home elegance is a separate art for Italian women. If you look unkempt at home, you'll feel that way too, Signora Lucia of Florence's mother used to say. At 70, she still remembers those words. Soft, creamy off-white trousers, a light blue cashmere cardigan, leather slippers, a light scarf at her neck. It's all for herself, not for guests. Italian women understand what many of us miss. Loungewear should flatter your figure, not hide it under formless sacks. This doesn't mean wearing evening gowns around the house. It means choosing comfortable yet beautiful pieces in colors and cuts that make you happy when you catch a glimpse of your reflection. The colors of a home wardrobe are warm and natural: cream, sand, lavender, olive, terracotta. They are easy on the eyes, create a sense of harmony, and lift the spirits. Fabrics are chosen with special care. In a country that produces the finest silk and cashmere, this is second nature. Cotton, linen, fine wool, silk. Materials that feel good against the skin and drape beautifully, creating an elegant silhouette even in the simplest designs. Accessories are the finishing touch. A light scarf, a pair of earrings, a bracelet, neatly styled hair. Even in her loungewear, an Italian woman looks put together. Her hair is never an afterthought. It might be pinned up, tied with a scarf, or gathered into a bun. Makeup at home is minimal: a moisturizing cream, a light tint, a touch of blush, a bit of lip gloss. Not to impress, but to feel good about yourself. The mirror should be a source of pleasure, not disappointment. Footwear isn't a pair of random flip-flops, but attractive slippers or light flats. After all, your shoes affect your posture, and posture is the foundation of elegance. The most important rule of at-home style is that it should never be a sacrifice. If something is uncomfortable, it has to go. Beauty and comfort are allies, not enemies. In Italy, the table is the heart of the home. It's a place for gatherings and conversations, a small altar where the daily ritual of turning simple food into moments of happiness takes place. Even the most ordinary meal here is an event worthy of a beautiful presentation. Morning in an Italian home doesn't start with coffee on the run in a paper cup. It is a slow, almost ceremonial ritual. Signora Giovanna, from a small town in Umbria, sets the table as if expecting a cherished guest. Though she will be dining alone, her husband is already at work, her children long grown. That's no reason for her to lower her standards. On the table is a starched linen napkin, not a disposable one, but a cloth one that sets a festive mood. The coffee is in a porcelain cup on a saucer, next to a delicate silver demitasse spoon. Fresh bread rests on a wooden board. Butter and jam are in ceramic ramekins. An orange is sliced and fanned out artfully on a plate. Every detail is simple, but chosen with love. This doesn't take much time, but it turns breakfast into a true pleasure. The taste of the food, the beauty of the surroundings, the quiet of the morning, and the anticipation of a new day. The secret to the Italian table setting is simple. Beauty is born from the details. The dishes may be ordinary, but they should harmonize in shape and color. The tablecloth doesn't have to be expensive, just clean, pressed in the right size. The color palette of the table is its own art form. White dishes are almost always a good choice, but they look especially striking against blue, yellow, green, or terracotta tablecloths. Ceramic ware with traditional patterns comes to life against a white or cream background. Napkins are not merely functional. They are part of the decor. They are chosen to match or contrast with the tablecloth, folded neatly, sometimes tied with a ribbon or adorned with a sprig of green. This turns even a simple lunch into a small celebration. An Italian table is unimaginable without flowers. It could be a lush bouquet for a Sunday lunch or a single rose in a slender vase for breakfast. The key is freshness and a match for the mood. Wildflowers for a family evening. Elegant lilies for a special occasion. Sprigs of fragrant herbs for breakfast on the terrace. Lighting is another secret. During the day, the table is bathed in natural light. Not direct sun, but a soft glow. In the evening, candles are essential. White or colored, in candlesticks, glass holders, or floating in bowls of water. Their soft flicker creates an intimate atmosphere. In an Italian home, beauty isn't bought with a lot of money. It's created from a love of the little things. Flowers here are not a luxury, but a necessity, like air and sun. And they aren't always from a flower shop. More often, they are wildflowers from a walk or cuttings from one's own garden. Signora Maria from a small Tuscan town brings something blooming home every morning on her way back from the bakery. A sprig of mimosa, a bunch of lavender, or a few daisies from the roadside. The main secret of floral decor is the variety of vases and the skill in using them. There is always a suitable container in the house. Large ceramic vases for lush arrangements, narrow glass ones for single stems, small clay pots for herbs, old wine bottles for field bouquets. Sometimes flowers are placed in unexpected vessels, a tin can wrapped in lace, an old watering can, or a vintage pitcher. Flowers are placed all over the house, a bunch of basil in a glass of water on the kitchen table, a rose in a delicate vase on the bedside table, lavender on the bathroom windowsill, branches with green leaves in a tall vase in the entryway. Each arrangement creates its own mood in its own corner. Candles are another touch. They are lit not only on special occasions, but on ordinary weekdays, turning a simple dinner into a romantic date with life. The candle holders in an Italian home are a small collection. Antique bronze candelabras from a grandmother, simple glass ones from the local shop, pottery from local artisans, metal lanterns for the garden. The fragrances are always natural. Bunches of dried lavender and linen sachets for closets, sprigs of rosemary in the kitchen, lemon peels in small dishes. The scents here are alive and change throughout the day. Decorative trinkets are not random purchases, but objects with a history. On a shelf, a statuette from Venice. On a table, a seashell from a beach in Amalfi. In a corner, a music box from an aunt. Every item holds a memory and adds warmth. Hospitality in Italy isn't about showing off your wealth, but about showing respect and love for people. Signora Anna of Naples is known for her open-door policy. There is always a seat at her table for anyone who drops by, and she never has to scramble before guests arrive. Her home is always ready because its welcoming atmosphere is maintained every single day. The table for guests is set with the same principles as it is for the family, but with a bit more attention to detail. The tablecloth might have lace or embroidery. The dishes are festive but still comfortable to use. The menu is simple but impeccable. Antipasto, a main course, a salad, dessert. Everything is made from fresh, local ingredients using family recipes. The hostess herself creates the atmosphere. An Italian woman doesn't let on that hosting is hard work. She is calm, gracious, and genuinely happy to see her friends. When saying goodbye, she'll always press something into her guests' hands. A small jar of homemade jam, a bouquet of flowers, or a handwritten recipe. The greatest secret of hospitality is simple. People don't come to judge your decor or your cooking. They come for the warmth of connection. And if that is present, even the most modest dinner becomes a celebration. Evening falls on the small Italian town. Lights flicker on in the windows, and each glowing square is its own story. There's Signora Carla, whom we met this morning, lighting candles on her kitchen table. Not because she's expecting guests, but because this day deserves a beautiful ending. And there's Signora Giovanna, adjusting a bouquet in a vase. The flowers will wilt tomorrow, but today they give her a few moments of joy. In these simple gestures lives the true La Bella Figura, not a show of beauty for others, but a respect for oneself and for the one life we are given. It's the understanding that any day can be made special if you treat it with love, that any home can be beautiful if you fill it not with expensive things, but with warmth, and that any woman can be elegant if she remembers her own dignity. The secret of the Italian approach to beauty is that it is intended first and foremost for the woman herself. A beautiful outfit isn't just for going out, it's for her own pleasure. A set table isn't just for guests, it's for her family or just for her. A cozy home isn't for praise, it's to wake up in a beautiful space every morning. In this philosophy, age is not an obstacle, but an advantage. A woman at 60 knows herself better than she did at 20. She understands what suits her and what doesn't. She can distinguish fashion from style and values quality over quantity. Her beauty is conscious, mature, and free. La Bella Figura doesn't try to make a woman look younger. It makes her look well cared for, harmonious, and naturally elegant. Gray hair can be stunning when it's well kept. Wrinkles can be beautiful when a face shines with serenity. Simple clothes can be exquisite if they fit perfectly and are chosen with love. At the heart of it all lies a simple truth. You are the most important person in your life. And if you don't take care of yourself, who will do it for you? A day lived with carelessness toward yourself is a lost day. A morning started without care for your appearance is a missed opportunity to feel beautiful. La Bella Figura has nothing to do with selfishness. A woman who respects herself radiates an energy that draws people in. Her home becomes a place where people want to be. It's a pleasure to be around her. Her example inspires other women to care for themselves and to value their own beauty. You can start living by these principles at any age and in any circumstances. You don't need a lot of money or radical changes. All you need is the desire to make your life a little more beautiful and the acknowledgement that you are worthy of it. Tomorrow morning, look at yourself in the mirror not with criticism, but with warmth. Choose something to wear at home, not because it's the first thing you see, but because it feels good to you. Set the table for breakfast as if you were expecting a cherished guest, and let that guest be you. Place a few flowers in a vase, even if it's just a cutting from a houseplant. You will notice how your mood changes, how the day flows differently, how the world responds to your attention to yourself with beauty in return. Because La Bella Figura is not a mask for others, but a way of living so that every day becomes a work of art, and the woman at its center, its leading lady. Beauty always starts from within, but it manifests on the outside. And there is nothing superficial about that. Only self-respect, a love for life, and the skill of unwrapping each day like a gift. In this philosophy, harmony is more important than perfection. Italian women don't strive for the impeccable order seen in glossy magazines. They create an atmosphere that is pleasant to live in. Sometimes a book might be left on the table next to a bowl of fruit, or lotions might sit on the bathroom counter next to a small statuette. These little touches make a home feel alive and warm. Seasonal changes are another secret. Spring brings pastel shades and the first flowers into the home. Summer brings bright colors and fresh scents from the garden. Autumn brings arrangements of leaves and fruits. Winter brings candles, cozy throws, and the smell of cinnamon and oranges. Each season offers its own joys. An Italian interior is a collection gathered over years. Nothing is there by accident. Some things are brought back from travels, some are gifts, some were found at a flea market. Every little thing has its own story and soul. This is how the special magic of a home is born, where every detail has its place, yet there is no feeling of showy perfection. Here life is valued as it is, with its scents, textures, light, and changing moods. The wisdom of Italy teaches us, beauty is not a luxury, but a habit we create every day. It doesn't require grand gestures, but is born from small steps. Brewing coffee in a favorite cup, matching the tablecloth to your mood, putting on a soft yet elegant sweater. These seemingly simple actions become the foundation of inner harmony. In a home where La Bella Figura resides, everything follows one principle: respect for the moment. Breakfast isn't just a meal, it's a meeting with the new day. Dinner isn't just for sustenance, it's a time for closeness with loved ones. Even cleaning isn't a chore, it's a way to make the space feel lighter and easier to breathe in. The secret is that Italian women don't put beauty off for later. They live in it, here and now. And this habit changes not only the appearance of the home or the woman, it changes the very perception of life itself. But La Bella Figura isn't just about Italy. Any of us can invite it into our day. All it takes is choosing one small gesture, tying a scarf, placing fresh flowers on the table, lighting a candle in the evening, and then noticing how your mood shifts. If this philosophy resonates with you, and you'd like more stories that inspire these small but meaningful changes, I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the notification bell so you don't miss new videos, where we'll continue to talk about the kind of beauty that starts with ourselves. If this story touched your heart, please give it a like. It helps me know that videos like this are wanted and inspires me to create new stories for you. And I would love to read your thoughts in the comments below. What does beauty at home, your own Bella Figura, mean to you? Please share your experiences. Let's create a warm and welcoming community here, where every woman can feel she's not alone on her journey to harmony. Remember, Life doesn't wait for a special occasion to be beautiful. It's already here, and you are the one who decides what this day will be.